Hey folks, back with more ancient cosmography. Um, so just to finish up talking about this, like the directions, the cardinal directions. Everything in the Lascaux 20,000-year-old French painting of, map of Southwest Pacific. Southwest Pacific Islands. It's everything is according to the cardinal directions. So, you know, the majority, more stuff is west, I guess, or the bigger stuff is with west as up and retrograde in the original, but prograde in this because I flipped the whole thing retrograde to match those two. So yeah, there with west is up. Australia's with south is up. Busuanga's with north is up, and then Palawan and the Lesser Sundas are with northeast is up. But it's pretty exact, and the northeast ones are the smallest one, pretty much, other than Busuanga. But arguably the smallest in the painting, the least significant in the painting. So basically, all the really significant gods in this are pretty exact by the cardinal directions. Like Australia is pretty exactly depicted with south as up, so you can see it's like here. I mean, it's flipped the other way because this is retrograde, but it's shown like this would be as south as up because this is south. So that's like, how that works. So it's, if there was just a coincidence, a few things kind of look similar, it would be highly doubtful that they would all look similar by exact cardinal directions, when positioned in such a way. And then there's a comparison of Hierakonpolis, which is also a west up retrograde map, 5,500-year-old Egyptian map. It shows like South America, Central America, the Yucatan, Florida, Baja California, Greenland, Hudson Bay, West Africa here, Southern Africa here, Western Antarctica here with the Antarctic Peninsula, and then some features of the Asian coast over here. I think Korea, Kamchatka, and Korea, and probably China and Malaysia. So it's clear that the ancient pharaohs of Egypt followed the caveman religion. They followed this religion, which is probably at least 40,000 years old, but probably much older, especially in some of its elements. Here's that close-up of that one showing it when it was this is the Yucatan part, this is the Florida part. I'm not sure why in this version, I think this might be after they partly destroyed it, because it looks like Florida is like missing on this, but you can see Baja California, and you can see that this, like, what is the U.S. and like parts of North America are this animal who's inside the mainland, and it seems that his horn is Haida Gwaii, near in BC or whatever, or around, in Western Canada, that really pointy island, which is one of the major features north, like distinguishing physical features of the coastline north of Baja. So yeah, the Wessel Islands are the spear that's going through Australia, which Papua used the atlatl, which is lesser sundas, to throw the spear through Australia. The bison and the spear is the Wessel Islands. This is like the tip of that spear, which is Marchimbar Island in the Wessel Islands. And so the kind of barb of the spear, like the part that goes back, is this right here. And so yeah, Palawan is basically shown with a northeast orientation, and so are the lesser sundas, because Palawan is shown like this, so it's like straight up with the bird at the top, the bird being Busawanga, just above Coron. And so for it to be like that, you have to orientate it to the northeast. So that and the lesser sundas are the only non-cardinal direction ones. And I think the only one of these that the equator grows through is Sulawesi, but the equator almost touches the head of like Bird's Beak Peninsula on Papua. Well, I was talking to ChatGPT or whatever it's called, and it's like an AI that's supposed to know everything, but they don't